Hey, it's Aran here. Welcome to a new Zenler tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you how to embed a calendar of events. Specifically, if you're hosting different webinars in new Zenler, how do you show that calendar of events to your website visitors who are not yet customers, and also for those that are already customers? Now, before I can explain this particular unique feature in new Zenler and the dynamic sections to do with webinars, I need to go through the different types of webinars that new Zenler offers and what they actually mean and the difference between them. So first of all, there are 4 types of webinars. You'll notice them when you go on your website. You will see there's live class, live webinars, live interactive webinars, and live stream. So what do they mean? First of all, a live webinar means that attendees cannot turn their camera or audio on, nor can they see who else is on. This is very much like the traditional webinars. This is something that is still done through Zoom, but it means that they cannot turn on their camera. That's just that unique type of a webinar. The second one is live interactive webinar. Now this one, is basically the same thing except for it's like a Zoom meeting, and people can turn on their cameras, you can see who else is on, and it's much more of an interactive session. Now, the feature here also allows you, and this is unique to new Zenler, where you can do a paid webinar or workshop. So it's not just a webinar that you are doing your training and your pitch as part of it. You can actually do a full training that people have to pay to be able to attend. So that's a live interactive webinar. It can be free, it can be paid. The next one is live class. Now this refers to the same as a live webinar, same as this one, same features. However, the key difference is attendees need to be logged into their new Zenler account. Typically, this is like a group training for existing webinar. This is the distinct feature specifically for customers who are already bought your membership or your course. Live stream is simply you streaming using Zoom to Facebook, to your Facebook page profile, or to YouTube. Now, when you do any of these webinars, it is important to note that I strongly recommend you record every session and you hit the record button. When you do that, you want to make sure that you record onto your desktop computer, not record onto Zoom Cloud, because Zenler has a plan/collaboration/integration or an enterprise account with Zoom. So Zenler and Zoom are collaborating. So when you're saving to the cloud, chances are you're saving it to new Zenler cloud account and you don't have access to that. So you don't want to risk anything that it's going to be challenging. I've never even tried. It's just not something you want to do. Just when you record your session, record it as you would a Zoom session onto your desktop. Once you've done that, you upload the video, the MP4 video file, onto your new Zenler account, to the course area, or as a replay if it's to sell something, or turn it evergreen, or whatever you choose to do with that particular replay. But record it using MP4. Now, when you are delivering the live class as an example, in some cases, you might be doing some group coaching. Let's say you're doing an 8 weeks group coaching program in this particular format. And every week, you're going to do a session or a Q&A session or a catch-up session or whatever with the group of people that have signed up for that particular cohort. Now, you want to be able to show them the calendar of events, when the session is, and stuff like that. Now, there is a way to set it up in new Zenler, which is dynamically updated. So basically what you want to do is you want to be updating the sessions right here under live class. So you would create the session and schedule them accordingly. If it's going to be the same time every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, so we can call a demo session, and you will make it a recurring session, and that recurring is going to be, let's say, every week, and so on and so forth. So then you can schedule that, so it's going to be, let's say, every Sunday, and it's going to be at a specific time. So basically there's going to be that recurring session. You're going to do it at this time. You can choose the time this is going to be hosted. Let's say this is the date, and it's going to be at 7 a.m. in the morning or 8 a.m. in the morning or whatever. And then you will then need to choose the duration. Now, I recommend you just choose the largest one. Even though if it's going to be shorter, you can always end the session on your own. But if you're going to choose too short, what's going to happen is Zoom will automatically close off. And if you run over, which may happen, you're going to end up losing access. So you want to just choose the largest one. That's what I would do. Typically, that's what I advise. Now, what you want to do once you've set this up, you're going to go to the page of your course. Now, typically, this is found under courses, and you can choose this specific course. I'm going to pick this one in particular, just for the sake of demonstration. And now you will see the different pages. So there's the sales page, the checkout page, the thank you page, and the course access page. The course access page is typically like the hub of the content of that particular course or the membership and so on. Now you'll notice there is course curriculum here, and this will automatically update if there is any course curriculum. Now there's no lesson in this course, so it's not showing anything, but if there was any, it would show right here. Now I'm going to click on add new block, and you're going to notice a difference between the different elements. And you see where it says dynamic. So dynamic is the one you are looking for. Now, in this case, we're talking about live classes. So basically, if you were to post, let's say you have 8 recurring webinars for the next 8 weeks, 1 webinar every time, then it's going to show, and you can show it in a banner like that, where it's stacked one after the other, or 3 side by side. Now, if I'm going to add it right now, you will notice there is nothing upcoming. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the live feature, and then I'm going to add a live class. So just the same process that I've shown you already. I'm going to click on create event. I'm going to call it Legend Puppy, just a demo, just for the sake of demonstration. I'm going to make it a recurring session. It's going to be starting on the 4th, and it's going to be at, say, 6:45 p.m. Australia time, let's just say. Now I'm going to do this weekly, and it's going to repeat once every single week. It's going to be on the Sunday specifically, and it's going to end after 8 sessions. I'm going to make it 8 sessions just for the sake of demonstration, okay? Now, I'm going to make this the length, registration, give it a max inbuilt password or all that stuff. You can get into that if you want. It's totally up to you if you want to really protect it. Okay. Once you've done that, you want to click on next. Now you're going to click a specific topic, a specific template. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to click on finish. And now it's been created. Once I create it, you will see here on the editor of the course access page that the live class has been automatically added. I cannot click on this and edit anything. I mean, I can change the colors and stuff like that, and you can play around with all of that, but that's not really what I like. I've not really played with this stuff too much. Usually I'll just leave it as it is. If you want to change and play around with it, you can just play around with it and see the different differences on different things. For example, this one will be good for my branding color as an example. Now, this will show only because I've changed something in the settings right here. And only people that are part of this course will actually be able to see this particular event. So that's how you can show the specific events that are going to be available. Now, I just noticed that Zenler has also added here cloud recordings. So I would assume that when you click on cloud recording, then the cloud recording will upload here. However, I strongly recommend before you do a session, do a test session, do the cloud recording, and actually test that it actually works, just for your own peace of mind. Don't take my word for it, because I've not tested this. So always do what's called a dry run, or like a test run, before you actually go live, so you can see how it flows and how the whole process is. It works very similar to Zoom. So if you are familiar with Zoom, there shouldn't be much of a learning curve. Okay, now people will be able to now also click on book your spot, which means as soon as they click on it, they will be RSVP, and they will get the notifications, which can be set up under automations here as well. So you'll notice here the different notifications as well when they register, and then you can set up the reminders. So this is all done automatically when they are RSVP. So you just want to set all these up just like you would any other email marketing setup in new Zenler, and that's how you show the calendar. Now that I've kind of shown it to you, I want to go back to the beginning and show you the dynamic blocks available. So if you were to simply have a look, you see there is the courses blocks, course title, course curriculum, course author, course progress, course dashboard, things along these lines. So the one you're looking for is live classes, which is either this one or this one. And they will look different depending on what you choose. If I'm going to pick this one now, you will notice that this style is different to this style. So depending on how many webinars you have, how you want it to look, and it actually shows you the time and all that stuff. So in terms of that particular process, that's how that works. Another thing I wanted to share with you also is you can actually set up something that within the course, when you go to the curriculum, you can actually set up the live class. So for example, I'm going to add a lesson and I'm going to call this live session as an example. And now you'll notice that here you've got a live class. Then you can choose which live class you're going to add, and that will also be included. So when they actually see and go to their course area, they will see the live class right here. So that's how that works as well. If you were to click on preview, and here it is, the live class is here, and they can just click on book my spot. So you can do it in two different ways. You can either do it on the page, the fourth page, the course access page, or you could do it inside the curriculum. This will be a really good way to do it, especially if you are doing like a catch-up call after, let's say you got 8 modules, 8 weeks coaching program. After each week, you do that coaching session at the very end, something along these lines. So that's about it. That's how you set up your calendar with regards to new Zenler and the webinar feature and stuff like that. For you, you will be able to see at a bird's eye view as well all the different sessions you have upcoming. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is for this month that I set up, and then there is also the next one. And you'll see that after I upload in November, there's not going to be any more because I set it up so there's 8 sessions. So 4 in this month, 4 in this month. So that's why it's going to show, and that's how you can kind of see what's coming up and stuff like that. And here, if you click on invite, you can also give people links so they can register and things like that to specific sessions. So that's about it. Play around with this feature. There's a lot of other extra stuff here that you can just play around with and test out for yourself. I definitely recommend you do one test run on each and every one of these just to kind of see how that goes. And yeah, that's about it. If you got any questions for me, let me know. Leave a question for me below in the comment section. This is actually a question I got from one of my members in my tech support membership. So I wanted to record a detailed video to answer that question for her, but also for anybody on YouTube who is a new Zenler customer or looking to join new Zenler and wants to learn a little bit more about it, specifically the webinar feature, which is probably one of the biggest attractions for why people want to use new Zenler, because other tools at the moment, for example, that I love, System.io as an example. I love System.io. They don't have a live webinar feature. Kajabi does not have a live webinar feature. They did say they got it in beta at the moment for specific users, but that's not the case yet. So this is a very unique feature to new Zenler, and thus I want to do a tutorial to kind of explain, give you a bit of an overview. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Leave a comment below. That's about it. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Thanks a lot for watching the Zenler tutorial, really appreciate it. So if you want to check out new Zenler, if you haven't used it before, go to tryzenler.com. It will give you an option to create a free account where you can actually play around with it and take it for a test drive on your own. When you do that, also send me an email to contact@aranbukhari.com, and if you decide to actually sign up and become a paying customer for Zenler, I'll send you a bunch of bonuses that are actually going to help you get your website up and running as soon as possible with my help. And if you're already a new Zenler customer, then go to aroundfunnels.com/Zenler in case you want to get some extra help from me personally to actually help you with your website. And also there's a bunch of bonuses there that you're going to be able to download to get prepared for what you want to get done. That's about it. If you have any questions for me about new Zenler, any tutorials you want to make, anything like that, leave a comment below. And of course, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you soon.